Hello, I'm reviewing the Battle for Hill 218 for Darling Dork today. This was a quirky little gem game that I picked up a few years ago while on vacation. I saw it was $8 and bought it on a lark, and it actually turned out to be one of my favorite games in college. This was something that got a lot of time with a friend when we were just waiting for other people to show up. We'd drink a beer and play this really quickly. Basic premise of the game, it takes place during an unnamed war, and two different sides are trying to take a hill. You win the game by getting to the side where the enemies start, so you're fighting your way around, and you have a deck of cards you can draw through, various troops and support teams to try to fight your way through. First cards, so going through everything you have, there's artillery. Artillery can fire from a distance. You'll see there are these little fire icons on it right there. That indicates when any enemy unit, you can pick one in that effective range, and it's instantly destroyed. So if I were to play the artillery here, it could shoot over the hill and hit something there or there or there. Note that it can't hit something that's immediately in front of it. It supports in a direction around it. What support means, I'll get to that in a moment. There's the Special Forces unit. Most units in this game, when they get played, they have to get laid out kind of like this. So on and so forth. They support in this around them. These diagonal arrows indicate that it comes in supply at a different angle. So if I were to play Special Forces, instead of having to go here, it can go here. Then and other units can be supplied off of it like so. Heavy weapons. Heavy weapons fires, when it attacks in diagonals around it. So if I had heavy weapons here, instead of shooting straight in front or off to the sides, it can fire here or here or here. You'll see a lot of these cards have these little crosshair icons on them. So right here, these little crosshair icons indicate that it can attack an enemy unit, but it doesn't destroy them instantaneously. It needs support. So if, for example, there was an enemy unit here, I had this heavy weapons team here, and I played an infantry. The infantry attacks in straight front of it. The support can go in any direction. This infantry is destroyed and removed from play. So that's heavy weapons. That's Special Forces. Then we have Airstrike. Airstrike is a pretty simple card. You just automatically destroy one enemy unit. You only get two of them in a game. Tank. Tank's also pretty straightforward. You play it in a normal chain of supply. If it comes up against an enemy unit, that unit's just destroyed. Thereafter, it supports normally. And finally, paratroopers. Paratroopers play a little differently. They can be dropped anywhere. However, you can't build supply off of them until you have the rest of your units meet up with them. So, for example, paratroopers could get dropped right here if I wanted to, but I couldn't chain units until I had the rest of my army meet up with them. That's the basic gist of the game. You're trying to outflank your opponent. You have a few different cards to work with. It tends to play pretty quickly. You win in one of two ways. Either you take the area, or you both exhaust your cards, and whoever has the most men left on the field wins. It's a game that once you have it down pat, you can probably play in about 15 minutes tops. Again, it's very sessionable. It goes very well with, frankly, a couple of beers and a slow Saturday afternoon. It's one of my favorite little games, actually. It's great to teach to people, and it's a great time killer, while still not being simple or light. So if you happen to see this game, I would encourage you to pick it up.